Okay, so I have a quote. I'm just kind of in conclusion with the atheist worldview. This is from William Provine. You know him?
No.
PhD, Columbia, atheist. Pretty famous dude.
Okay.
Anyway, naturalistic evolution has clear consequences that Charles Darwin understood perfectly. Number one, no gods worth having exist. Agreed?
Agreed.
Number two, no life after death exists.
Agreed.
Number three, no ultimate foundation for ethics exists.
Agreed.
Number four, no ultimate meaning in life exists.
Agreed.
And number five, human free will is non-existent.
Agreed.
All right.
Well, if I can just kind of go on a little bit on that, it seems like the atheist worldview has this bleakness to it, this harshness. Is kind of represented when it's boiled down.
Well,
in that
you know,
quote.
and before you know, I would just say it does. I mean, it seems
Yeah.
like you came from nothing, you're going nowhere, you have no ultimate meaning or purpose, or morality for that matter. But if it's the truth, it's the truth. I mean, right?
And so,
I mean,
it's the truth. You deal with it, and in a certain sense, you move on. You realize, hey, this is true, but you know, free will or not, illusion of free will, whatever, we still have the power, however it ended up being, to make to change our reality, to give subjective meaning to things.
I mean, some people have said with those conclusions, there's really two pathways to choose: a hedonistic or do what's pleasurable pathway, or a nihilistic and nothingness pathway. You're saying there's another path. Or are you saying one? Obviously, you'd probably, most of us would choose the hedonistic one rather than the nihilistic one, but
most of us would. But I'd say no. There's a third one. It's funny. I actually had this specific argument with a really good friend of mine recently after the movie WALL-E came out, because you see, you know, the humans in that movie, they've gone that hedonistic route. They just live life. They do nothing. They have made no progress. There might not be inherent meaning. There's no inherent goal. But yet at the same time, why don't we choose to make a goal? You know, so I might go through some suffering right now in terms of, you know, school is hard sometimes. Writing a paper sucks. I'd rather be playing video games and being hedonistic. But by writing that paper, by learning, I then can become someone who might advance science. I might advance our knowledge of who we are, what do we do. And by doing that, maybe we can create our own destiny. You know, we don't go anywhere when we die, but we do have the power to go somewhere while we live. And even beyond just hedonistically putting the minimum amount of effort in to continue our survival while enjoying everything else, we can say, hey, for future generations, I want to make it better. I want to make it better for my kids to do what they want to do. Because we can.
But why do all the effort and the suffering and the arduous work to make the future better for somebody that, honestly, what do we care what happens when we die?
Because I do, you know, it's again the subjective thing of I won't care what happens after I die, you know, quite literally, because there will be nothing after I am
But
dead.
it sounds like you're making a goal or a goal ahead of you to make this world better for the next generation or for people to come. But who cares about those people? I'm dead and gone. Why do I care about what happens to them? Why would I spend
I've
all
chosen.
that?
Essentially, it comes down to I, as a thinking being, have chosen to care. I have decided that.
Although
we
don't have choice technically because we don't have free will.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
It's confusing.
It would be really easy to not be an atheist. To believe that, hey, here's what the Bible says to do. I follow these rules. I go to a reward in heaven, or
whatever.
Not.
Quran or whatever the other.
You know, I say the Bible
whatever.
because I'm an American and we're around Christianity a lot, so it tends to be what we use. But that's not the truth. You know, the truth is maybe a little bit bleaker. It's a little bit harsher. It's a hell of a lot harder because you have to wrestle with, you know, all these questions. Morality is kind of, you know, the big one. But it seems to have more meaning to it that way, even though there is no meaning. You know, we create meaning through the struggle. We create the meaning, and we determine, you know, what we want to do, and that's what makes life worth it.